As a parent myself, when one of my children was sick, I used to call or email the school to let them know they won't be coming. But those days are pretty much gone. Most Australian schools nowadays use some form of digital platform or app. One such platform is Melbourne-based Compass School Manager, which I believe is very popular around the country. In Compass, when your child is absent, you have to select a reason for their absence, such as medical illness, medical appointment, bereavement, truancy, family holiday, or religious cultural observance. But Australia's most progressive state, Victoria, has gone one step further and added a new reason: sorry business. What the is sorry business, I hear you ask? It's another reason for Aboriginal children to miss school, and it's now an official attendance code, thanks to the Victorian viewer who pointed this out. According to a recent update from July from the Compass website, updates to attendance codes 212. This update is only applicable to Victorian schools. To align with the attendance code requirements provisioned by the Department of Education and Training, we have made updates to the attendance codes 212 sorry business. This is very much a political update, not a software update. According to the Victorian Government, they have something called Marrung. The Marrung strategy ensures that all Koorie Victorians, Aboriginal Victorians, achieve their learning aspirations. The Department of Education provides a document titled Coding Cultural Absences, where they introduce sorry business as an additional new code. The government document explains it like this. When a death occurs in the Koorie community, it is a cultural expectation that Koorie families get together and support each other regardless of distance or for how long that support is required. This is known as sorry business. I'm sorry, but surely that falls under bereavement or perhaps religious cultural observance, does it not? Why is the government giving one group of people their own special absence reason? Well, they explain this by saying, previously, Koorie students that were absent from school due to sorry business were marked as absent due to bereavement, which did not account for the extended absences that sorry business sometimes requires. So basically, sorry business is the same as bereavement leave that the rest of us have to use, but longer. Aboriginal people, for whatever reason, need more time off than the rest of us, at least according to the Victorian State Government. Nothing says educational equality like having a separate set of rules for missing school based entirely on one's racial background. According to the First Nations not-for-profit website Common Ground, on their Death and Sorry Business page, they write, sorry business includes ceremonies held around the bereavement and/or funerals for a deceased person. Funerals are held after an extended period of ceremony which can last days, weeks, or even months. Months? So this policy opens the door for a student to be marked absent for potentially weeks or even months at a time? How is an Aboriginal Koorie child supposed to succeed and achieve their learning aspirations, as the government puts it, if the system itself is sanctioning such prolonged absences from the classroom? Interestingly, some schools explicitly tell their parents not to select this option. For example, the Brisbane School of Distance Education provides some instructions for the Compass app, where they write, click on the drop-down arrow for reason, only select truancy, holiday or illness medical appointments. Do not select reasons natural disaster or sorry business on the Compass app. No reason for this is given. I can only assume this is because the policy is a product of the Victorian Government, but the school obviously doesn't see the need to explain that to the parents. It seems only Victoria is allowing its students to take absences based on one's racial background. An interesting detail is that according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, Victoria has the lowest percentage of Aboriginal people in the country at only 1% of the state population. So essentially, 1% of the population get a special absence reason that the rest of us aren't entitled to. State-sponsored racial division, anyone?